yes, we are back again. If you're just now tuning in, don't wait, don't hesitate. Hit that subscribe, like, comment, share, and turn on that bell. Because we are coming back to back to back. Well, bang. I'm talking about bang. You already know what it is. But without further ado, we're finna go on getting this video real quick. What we doing today, sweetheart?
So, we got a reaction for you guys.
Most definitely.
The Real Pop Smoke story documentary.
What? Documentary?
So, yeah, the Pop Smoke documentary.
What?
We've never done Pop Smoke. And I know somebody keeps asking for the YNW
Melly documentary.
We're gonna do it.
That's coming.
It's coming.
Most definitely.
YNW Melly's coming. The what is that other one?
The who, baby? The what?
NBA and the Quando Rondo
fight, that's coming too. I promise you, all that, we see everything, you know what I'm saying? We got eyes all over the place, cause it's like, But, first, we want to give a shout out to Raisha Hart.
Which one are you doing?
I did the last video.
This one? No, you did. No, okay, you go.
Alright, yeah, this one, Raisha Hart.
Okay.
Alright, but yeah, it's Raisha Hart. Used the first comment on our last video. But, guys, let's go on get into this documentary real quick. You want me to hit it or you, baby?
Let's get it.
Whoa. Throw it back.
Hey, this is 5238. I need an ambulance right now.
Other day you got killed. They went that mother to rob my boy.
That's crazy. Oh, they found him.
Damn. My thing is, when they go rent these Airbnbs, why they not no gated?
But that was an Airbnb or that was his house?
No, that was an Airbnb. Why don't they go rent get in a gated community?
Because I don't think a lot of those Airbnbs aren't in gated, especially not in California.
5 arrested. Dang. Based on a true story, y'all. Y'all stay tuned.
Bashar Jackson was born on July 20th, 1999, in Brooklyn, New York, to a Jamaican mother and Panamanian father. He gained a taste for music early on as his mother sang in the choir and his father played conga drums. He stated where he's from.
He was not born in 1999.
That's what it says. 1999? So
that means he was
like 19 or 20.
Depending on what month, what January.
What?
No, he looked
he
like
he looked like he way old. I thought he was in his 30s.
There's only 3 options of making it out. Become a rapper, a ball player, or a drug dealer. It just so happened he would experience all 3 of these. In middle school, he would be expelled from school for bringing a gun in his backpack, marking the beginning of the rough teenage years, which would inevitably lead him to joining the Crips and Woos. But this doesn't mean he didn't try sports as a way out first, though. When he was 15, he got a scholarship to Rock Top Academy in Philly, but was forced to leave his hoop dreams after a doctor's visit showed he had a heart murmur. In his own words, "You like nice things, you gotta do things to get nice things." He would return to the streets once again where he had his first taste of the finer things in life. By the age of 16, he had made enough money to buy himself a 5 Series BMW. Even though this was years later, he eventually was charged for bringing the weapon to school and placed on 2 years probation and house arrest. This forced him to focus on school. He says this is the only reason why he graduated. One night when he was hanging out with his friends, they all decided to go to a music studio, where his acquaintance Jay Guapo was recording that night. After a few hours of Jay Guapo recording, he ended up falling asleep in the studio. With the studio time already being paid, he decided to hop on the microphone. Having never rapped seriously before, he went to YouTube and pulled up beats. He recorded Money, Power, Respect that night, and the very next day everyone on his block was showing love to his song. He knew then he might have a chance of making it out of the streets. With his whole hood behind him, he knew he needed to drop some more music.
Yeah.
He went back to YouTube wanting more beats from the same person. The producer's name was 808 Mellow, and he was actually a UK drill producer. He continued to take beats from 808 Mellow's YouTube and recorded a few songs, each one getting more popular.
I said, let me go back to his page.
Yeah.
See what else he got.
Uh-huh.
And I just kept going to his page, going to his page.
He decided to go with the name Pop Smoke. His grandma would call him Papa when he was little, but his friends would shorten that to just Pop. And the smoke part was part of his street name. After dropping his single Meet the Woo, it would get 100,000 views its first day. This changed everything.
Dang.
His music would catch the attention of a producer named Rico Beats. Rico Beats was good friends with Steven Victor, who had just launched his own label, Victor Victor Worldwide, and was looking for new artists to sign. Steven reached out to Pop Smoke and they decided to meet later that week in his New York office. It was in this office that Pop Smoke not only signed his first deal, but he and Steven would come up with a game plan of how he was going to change the game forever. While they met, Pop showed Steven he had talent far outside of the drill music he had been putting online. He could actually sing too, and he was pretty good at it. Steven told Pop he wanted him to drop a few tapes where he would take over the whole subgenre of Brooklyn drill. And after, if he was patient, they would debut his album, showcasing his drill and his more marketable singing side. While this is going on, 808 Mellow is in the UK watching Pop gain a bigger and bigger buzz off his beats, without paying him. He reached out to Pop Smoke for payments of his now pretty popular songs, but instead of getting money, Pop offered to fly him out to New York and work in-house on his upcoming mixtape, Meet the Woo. Just before dropping his tape, he released his single titled Welcome to the Party, and his life changed forever. The song went crazy, and he was no longer a struggling local artist. The whole state of New York knew who he was. With his name circulating the streets, they knew it was time to drop his debut tape. On July 26, 2019, Meet the Woo Volume 1 officially dropped. Dior would peak at number 22 on the Billboard Hot 100, and would later go platinum, taking his career to the next level. After the release of this tape, Pop began to break into the mainstream, getting co-signs from multiple major artists. With the success of his tape, he was finally starting to sell out bigger shows too. Even Travis Scott invited him to perform on his Astro World Tour. But the music wasn't just popular in the United States. Because 808 Mellow and Pop Smoke's music bridged the gap between UK drill and New York, even people overseas were catching wind of the music and wanted to hear more after the UK rapper Skepta remixed Welcome to the Party. This was a huge moment because Skepta is known for being one of the biggest drill artists in the UK. And this would bring more attention to Pop's music. Ultimately, the popular DJ Semtex would invite Pop to come perform overseas, despite promoters being skeptical due to him only having a few songs out. It didn't matter though. He was already becoming a superstar, selling out every show in the UK. The UK embraced him like no American rapper before. He was the only one to bring the UK drill sound to the United States and do it successfully. After returning home and enjoying the rest of his 2019, he went on a promo run, hyping up his coming tape, Meet the Woo 2. In January, he attended a Louis Vuitton fashion show in Paris. But on his trip back to New York, the FBI was waiting for him and arrested him. He was held for allegedly stealing a Rolls-Royce Wraith valued at $375.
Oh, I did. I seen that. Somebody had was reposting it, and they was saying like a rapper had stole a Rolls Royce. I seen that story, and it was him.
No, who's Rolls Royce?
He leased it. You know, a lot of people, a lot of these rappers, they go in different states, they leased a car. He never returned it. He just kept it. Yeah, I remember that. That's crazy. He did.
In Los Angeles. He was later released on $250,000 bond, but prohibited from traveling outside the United States without permission. This led to 50 Cent, who had been watching Pop from a distance, to call a meeting with Pop and Steven. 50 led the meeting by warning him he didn't need to be doing these things anymore. He told him to watch his friends and the company he keeps, because they're waiting for you to fuck up. They aren't really your friends. 50 would tell him to follow his guidance. He could get anyone on the phone, he said. He could get him in movies, TV shows, but if you continue down that path, you're gonna end up dead or in jail. This conversation changed the way Pop Smoke looked at everything. He realized he didn't need to do that street stuff anymore. He could really make a living off music. On February 7, 2020, he dropped Meet the Woo Volume 2, and it debuted at number 7, giving him his very first top 10 with less than 1 year in the game.
What?
Everything was going unbelievably well for
That is
him.
crazy.
Him and his entourage booked an expensive Airbnb and a flight to Los Angeles to celebrate. He was partying and going on shopping sprees and uploading.
And that's what happened.
He was showing it all.
They say it was, well, that's what they say. They say one of his friends showed the address. Some of them say he did it on purpose to set him up. Some of them say that he had did it on accident.
Now, why would you do
Uploaded
that?
multiple photos and videos online.
Look.
One of the videos uploaded accidentally included the address he and his friends were staying at. This would catch the attention of 4 members from Hoover, who would break into the house on February 19 and shoot him multiple times in an attempt to rob him. Initially, speculation that it was an inside job from one of Pop's friends circulated, or that the owner of the Rolls Royce he had stolen was responsible. But these theories were quickly debunked. Friends and neighbors were interviewed, but very little information was given out, quickly leaving his family and fans to believe the killers may actually get away with this. Stephen Victor took to social media to let everyone know that justice will be served. He was right, and in July 2020, the LAPD arrested 5 suspects for Pop Smoke's murder. The LAPD went public, letting everyone know they had to solve this the old-fashioned way, going door to door asking neighbors of the suspects if they had heard anything. Ultimately, footage from nearby houses and businesses traced the killers back to Hoover Street. It's still believed that the leaked address on social media was the motive behind the robbery gone wrong.
Of course.
Meanwhile, the investigation was going on. 50 Cent had reached out to Steven, telling him he wanted to executive produce Pop Smoke's posthumous album. Steven, who had stated he didn't want to put any of Pop's music out due to being sad just hearing his voice, ended up allowing 50 Cent to help create a project Pop would have been proud of, so his family could benefit from it. 50 started reaching out to multiple artists and started filling open verses on unfinished songs. On July 3rd, 2020, Pop Smoke's debut album, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, was released, and it debuted at number 1, with 251,000 copies being sold its first week. With the number 1 album and his killers behind bars possibly facing a death penalty.
Bro, that killed me. Like, okay, I know they were showing love, but why when someone pass away, they give them the most love? I'm telling you, bro. And how, like, if you moving, that's why I say I think it was a setup, because if dude been moving a certain way this whole time, because when you start getting big like that and you live that street life, you start moving a certain way. How your friend gonna slip up and post the address?
He knew not to ever post. That's
Come on, man. That's
somebody maybe that just come around knows never to post an address.
I think it was a setup, if you ask me.
It felt like a small win in the right direction. But the truth is, none of this needed to happen. He was only 20 years old with under a year in mainstream rap, and he had already managed to create a whole new sound. Although he's gone, his music will live forever.
Wait a minute.
That's a shame.
Wait a minute. Dude was 20 years old.
Baby.
And they said only under a year in mainstream.
He was doing this at 19.
He was cold.
Oh my.
Took that man
He's
life.
somebody that a lot of people weren't talking about.
No.
When he was coming up.
No.
And the only reason then when you started hearing his songs is when he passed away. He had that song go on TikTok. Everybody was doing
Yep.
TikTok too.
Mm-hmm.
And now, that's sad though.
And that she wanted with the woo. Telling you,
that
bro.
one did come out.
Yeah, that one came out before. But it's like, why? Man, I don't get it, bro. I really don't get it.
20 years old.
20.
A kid he's literally a kid.
And had his whole life ahead of him.
He still had many more music to put out. That's a shame.
That's
Now that
crazy.
friend should just really.
Yeah, they need
I
to
don't
check
know.
him. Cause man, ain't no way that you slip up. Oh my goodness, I posted the address.
No way.
Come on, dog. Let's get real.
It's like you were showing it on purpose by the video. You're like,
Yeah. Look, but you tried to make it seem it was quick. Come on, dog.
no, you can always. There's ways to get the address.
Yeah. Even if you was on live, there's an option to where you don't post a live. Come on, bro. Or you could have took the video down.
No, but a lot of people be screen recording and stuff, you know.
True. Dang. Yeah, that is true.
But anyways, guys, if
If
you
you
enjoyed
enjoyed
this
it-
video, give it a big fat thumbs up. Comment down below with other reactions. We have some that y'all keep requesting and we're coming with them, I promise. But stay tuned. We love y'all guys and we'll be back with more videos. Peace.